4 DaVinci Resolve audio habits that save me hours every week. This first tip can save you a ton of time when you're trying to edit out the gaps or silences in a clip. Normally you've got to do this yourself, go through every little bit where there's a silence, create an edit point, trim that up, but that's going to take a ton of time, and luckily there's a quicker way. Click to select the clip, come to the clip menu, choose audio operations and choose ripple delete silence. Alter these 4 sliders until you're selecting the silences in the clip, and you can zoom in to make this easier. The threshold determines the volume level. Anything above this won't be deleted. These red sections on the clip show you what will be deleted, so you only want to be deleting the silences. You can choose the minimum to strip to fine-tune things. If you only want to strip bigger portions, you can set this to a higher value, but if you're happy with lots of smaller little cuts potentially, you can set this to a smaller value. Use the pre-head and post-head tail to fine-tune where those cuts get made. If the end of the sentences are getting cut off, you can use the post tail, and if the cuts are happening too soon and you're missing the start of the sentences, you can adjust the pre-head. When you're happy with that, click remove. It's going to remove all of those silences and also bunch everything back up together. If you've got people talking and it was recorded in a noisy environment, even something as simple as this studio where you've got fans in the lights, the voice isolation tool is amazing. There's a couple of ways you can access this. You can either click on the audio track header by clicking down here, opening up the inspector, and then turning on AI voice isolation. You also get this slider, so if it starts to sound a bit too weird, you can bring this down, or you can head over to the Fairlight page and turn it on for a track. Click here to adjust the amount. It's amazing how good this is. I use it on almost every video. It is, however, a studio only feature. Okay, on to tip number 3. Sometimes you'll be working with music. I'm just going to drag in a couple of music tracks here from Epidemic Sound. I've been using Epidemic Sound for over 6 years now for all my sound effects and music. If you want a free trial, use the first link in the video description. So sometimes you've got 2 music tracks here and you want them to gradually fade out the first one and then gradually fade in the second one so it sounds nice and smooth. One way you can do this is to have them on separate audio tracks, drag the little fade out and the little fade in icons on each track, but that's a bit tedious and it means you've got to manage 2 separate audio tracks. To save yourself time, open up the effects, choose audio transitions, and then drag on this crossfade 0 dB onto the edit point. If this doesn't work, you can see it hasn't applied it here, you'll need to manually trim the starts and the ends of the music to give it something to actually fade in and out from. When you've done that, drag the transition on and you can make it longer or shorter depending on how long you want the fade in and out to be. Tip number 4 is a great way to really spice up any edit you're doing, and it saves you a ton of time and it means you can stay in Resolve. If you ever need to add a voiceover to your edit, you could record it in a separate audio recorder, open up the media pool, import it, and then drag it to the timeline. That takes a ton of time. Instead, the quickest way to do this in Resolve is to actually switch over to the cut page, click this button to enable voiceovers. There's a ton of settings you can do here. For example, you can choose which voiceover track the audio is going to be recorded to. You will want to set the recording voiceover location. That's where the audio file will be saved because you might need it in the future. And then simply hit record and record your voiceover. Hi, this is a voiceover that I'm recording. Click stop and you can see right down here we've got the new audio file, and then we can switch back to the edit page, and here's our brand new audio file that we just recorded. Check out this video next. I'm Jason Roberts. This is DaVinci Dojo. Please subscribe and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.